So yeah, guys, this is me working on feeding the worms. It's been a while. I think it's been 2 weeks that I haven't fed them. So what I'm doing now is taking a young walk to the where the CFT bin is situated. I must say that being in the worm um, business is quite interesting. There's a lot of things to learn. And I'm walking up the driveway, so please don't mind me panting up. So I'm walking to my CFT bin, and this CFT bin I started it I think 2 months ago. So it's 2 months old, like I said. So what you see behind here, this wooden box here, is my CFT bin. This is my carport basically, and you'll see that my CFT is elevated from the ground. The reason why I've put it up is to try and avoid rodents from going in. So the length of the CFT is I think 2.1 by 1.2 meter long, and the depth you're looking at a meter long. So that's a pretty big CFT bin that I started. So for me to get to it, I need to get into the step ladder and to try and feed the food from the top. So the idea is that you feed from the top, and then the food, the worm casting, sorry, will then drop at the bottom. Okay, everyone, I'm standing just above the worm bin, standing on the step ladder. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to put the camera inside the worm bin, because the height at which I put it in initially did not work. So I'm going to put it inside the worm bin to bring you closer to the activity of feeding the worm bin. So I'm going to be feeding the middle side, middle part of the worm bin. And my idea is that I'm going to put a lot of food in the middle so that the worms can migrate from either side of the bin to try and eat the food. So I'm going to be feeding them the pumpkin, coffee, ground coffee, pulverized eggshells, and then I'll just put a bit of compost on top to cover the food and to mask the smell of the food. So I hope the video is clear, and I hope you are able to see what's happening inside the bin. So what you're seeing right here is the middle part of the bin. So I'm gonna try and see if I can find some worms to see if everything is okay. Everything seems okay. So they're doing very well. I don't see any issues whatsoever. There's still a lot of worm bedding to go through that the worms have to go through, so everything's fine for now. It's slightly colder in South Africa because we're now in autumn approaching winter, so I suspect that the activity in the worm bin won't be as hectic as in summer. So I can see we do have things trying to grow here. I think these might be like pumpkin seed or some of the seedlings, the seed that I put in there. It's not a bad thing, it's just a good indicator of how good the bin is doing. So as I said, the worms are doing fine, and I'm happy with what it looks like. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to putting in pumpkin, loads of pumpkin. So do not be surprised, don't think I'm overfeeding the worms. So I'm going to put pumpkin in the middle here, and then what I'm going to do after is I'm going to then cover it with a bit of compost, coffee grounds, and pulverized eggs. Okay, let me I do have pumpkin here, so that's what I'll put here. Maybe if I do this, that should make life easy. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, alright, so a lot of pumpkin. I believe the worms will enjoy it this winter, and I think through this process they'll get nice and fat and lay more cocoons. So like I said, I put around 6,000 worms in this bin. So 6,000 worms, quite a lot of worms.
So I hope that in the next 2 months or 3 months that number will double to 12,000 worms. So it's very impressive of how the red wigglers multiply. Okay, I've done putting the pumpkin. Now what I'm gonna be doing now is I'm gonna be putting in coffee grounds on top here. I understand coffee grounds, they also have a nutritious value. I'm yet to find what exactly that nutritious value is. I've learned and I've seen from a lot of people out there putting coffee grounds in the worm bin to feed the worms. So this is a generous feeding that I put here. So next I'm going to be putting the pulverized eggshells. So pulverized eggshells, also a generous serving for my wormies. And I think what you feed your worms will also impact on the outcome of the worm, the quality of the worm casting. So that's what I'm putting here. So I think to try and mask the smell of the pumpkin, I'm gonna be spreading compost on top of the food. This here will help to make sure that the food, the smell is not horrible and it does not attract rodents. So that's what I'm doing at the moment, putting generous feeding of the compost to cover the feeding. Okay, I'm gonna put here, make sure that I don't leave anything exposed. I'll do that. Put that as well. I'll put just around here. So I think this helps quite a lot. When I'm finished, I'm going to put a cardboard on top and then place a blanket on top and then cover with a black plastic. So the idea here is to also make sure that the worms get nice and warm during this upcoming cold season. Okay, I think that's enough feeding there. Like I said, next I'm gonna try and cover the worm bedding with a cardboard. So this cardboard here is what will be also a cover. Perhaps I should flip it the other way around. So this is what the cardboard will do. Will cover the food, and then what I'll do, like I said, next I'm gonna try and cover the worm bedding with a cardboard blanket on cardboard here, and then what will be to try also a cover. Perhaps I should flip it. I think what I'll do the other way around is a bit short. So the idea is what put the blanket on top. Cardboard will do of the food. Will cover the plastic, the food, and then what I'll do is I'll bring. It's quite hectic in here. Blanket on top, quite hectic, and then I'm gonna have to try. What we'll do is I think I'll leave it as so short. This feeding here should take at least 2 blanket on top. I think 2 to 3 weeks. What I normally do is check on it every week to see how the worms are doing.
There you go, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video of me fitting the CFT pin. And as you can see, that's what it looks like. It's a bit dark in there and I'm sitting on the step ladder. So every time I have to feed the worm bin, it's quite an interesting experience. What really gets me going is the fact that I do enjoy doing this. So this bin here, I think in the next year or so to be producing just hundreds and thousands of worms. That's my belief. And I really look forward to, I think, the productivity of the worms. I do have another worm bin, CFT bin on the other side. So what I'll do is I'll take another video where I go and feed the other bin. For now,
If you like
I
seeing more
hope
of
you
these
enjoyed
videos,
this video,
feel
and
free please to
if you
subscribe
like
to
my
my
channel,
channel.
please subscribe
And
click like
I hope that the
on
more I
it.
show these
If you want to see
videos, that
more,
the viewership will increase and people will
videos,
appreciate the
feel
work that
free
I do
so
here
to click so
in
that I
South
can share.
Africa. I think from my end, I hope that all of you are well. Please do take care. Bye.